Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 3 here between Rhett and SaSe. This time we're on the map Shakuras Plateau, spawning in the upper right-hand spawn location. Our blue Protoss player, SaSe, and his opponent down over here in the lower left-hand position. The red Zerg player is Liquid Rhett. Rhett ends up winning last game. Another pretty interesting back and forth with a couple of expansion trades and all that jazz. Rhett ends up dropping a Colossus. SaSe had it out of position, and then with the rest of his Roach forces was able to sandwich SaSe and take out a majority of his army, at which point SaSe said, you know what, that's the game, see ya later. Also very important to note as well, SaSe was only on one base, his main base mining at that point. And I honestly don't even know if there were any resources left in the main base at that point in the game either. So SaSe was in a terrible economic position, and Rhett still had his natural expansion going. He had another expansion building as well, and was definitely going to win the game. And SaSe, realizing that, just called the GG. SaSe will be going Forge Fast Expand this game with the pylon placed there in front of his natural expansion position. Moving up, checking for the creep, and then realizing it's not there. Figures out, okay, Rhett's not in this position, so let me check bottom left, and he will be scouting out Rhett in just a few more moments. Rhett will be going pool first. He's pretty much forced to do that. Really no other option here. And the probe scout does now move on in, just dances around, checks the pool timing, looks for gas, doesn't see any, and then immediately heads on down to begin his harass here at the natural expansion. Back over here for SaSe, it looks like he will actually be going with a very early Nexus. You can see not going immediately for that Forge as soon as he can afford it. Just kind of holding off and getting those extra resources so that he can get that Nexus first and foremost. Or is he going to go Forge? Yes, okay. So either way, though, getting that Nexus pretty much right away as he saved up his resources. And now here comes the Nexus almost immediately after that Forge there. And there you have it. Now Rhett has decided, look at that, Rhett deciding, instead of dealing with the harass down here, to drop his hatch in this position, but this is the problem that you can deal with when that happens. Now Rhett can't scout this. He cannot scout this. He's got no idea that it's coming through. He's a little suspicious though as he pulls on down with these 4 drones, and we will be seeing the first of that cannon placement in just one moment. Let's see if the drones can stop this from happening though. It's gonna be close. Drones move up, get a surround, that'll be enough to force a cancel. What's next though? You know, I mean, he's still got to deal with this. Now we finally got the 4 lings in play, 3 of them chasing down the probe, and 1 will start to work there on that pylon. Great defense there by Rhett. That could have been much, much worse than it ended up being. So really not that bad at all. The only thing he really lost there was a bit of mining time as he had the drones far, far away from that resource line just to deal with that first cannon. But there you have it. 4 drones will do it, forcing a cancel there from SaSe. Back over here inside of his natural expansion, we do have that Nexus now finished. The Cyber Core coming through. Frontal wall off is complete. As you can see, he has left some space here for his units to escape. Also has both those assimilators now up and running. We'll be moving in with the Lings to get some scouting intel, and needs to be careful, you know, and start to finally pull over that Overlord. Now, again, we can see that Cyber Core isn't yet finished, but that will be finished in just a moment, and as soon as that happens, we'll be seeing that anti-air come on through. So just wants to make sure his Overlords aren't caught out of position. The one I'm actually kind of worried for is this one, although he should be able to make it right into this spot and be safe before that first unit comes out here. Which will be a sentry, I'm assuming. Although it's actually pretty low on gas, so we may just see a stalker first. Yeah, it is going to be a stalker first, as he decided instead of getting that sentry first and foremost to use that early Vespene on the level 1 weapon upgrade, plus that warp gate research. We do have a 3rd base now through here for Rhett as he drops the next expansion at his natural. Also the double gas up, although not saturating that yet. Finally transferring on over some drones, getting those saturated. Works his way up to his metabolic boost. Overlord's in a good position, nice and safe. Scouting Lings over here again, not anywhere near metabolic boost at the moment. And we're going to see a little bit of aggression right now. See first Stalker and Zealot head towards that 3rd base. Let's see what he's able to do for damage. Warp gate research getting close to finish. 4 additional gateways getting dropped. We might see a 5th, and we do. SaSe Getting ready to lay the smackdown here as he pushes on up into the 3rd position. Probe makes his way to the high ground to drop that proxy pylon. We got a few lings coming into play. 8 more just about to pop with a Roach Warren coming through. Nice micro there, pulling back the Zealot to safety. Probe gets scouted. He will not be able to drop that pylon as he had hoped. Warp Gate research near finished. Level 1 weapon upgrade also near finished. Probe gets taken care of. We did manage to save his Zealot, and I'm pretty sure he killed off a few units there, so. Although he is behind right now in terms of resources lost. I guess losing that pylon for the force cancel as well from that cannon. Plus he lost the probe up there. Ling's trying to pull forward again without that metabolic boost. This is kind of tough for them. Finally able to work down that Zealot though. We're going to force that Stalker to head back home. Trying to get us around, but we got a few Zealots that should be assisting the Stalker plus the cannon assist from the high ground, forcing those Lings back. Alright, so what do we have over here? A bunch of warp gates in play. There are 5 up here with number 6 down here. We also have that robotics facility finished. Coming out with an observer first and foremost, getting some scouting information. We have a layer coming through here for Rhett. Rhett also finished with that Roach Warren. Does have the level 1 missile attack coming out for those roaches, getting that ranged plus damage. Also dropping some spores. I guess he's concerned about DT. I guess I wouldn't blame him either. Sacrificial Overlord Scout moving in. That will get taken out by the Stalkers. We do have a little bit of mobilization here from SaSe. Let's get a few Zealots and a Stalker with some more sentries joining the fun. Observer Scout moving out as well. Now, be concerned here for Rhett, because those sentries, my friend, with force field walls, blop, blop, 2 force fields right there. Yes, the sound effect was necessary. 2 force fields right there are going to make it very difficult for Rhett to reinforce and defend that position, so you do have to be concerned about that. SaSe also now taking a 3rd base here, so I don't know that he's going to be able to be that aggressive as he's dumping 600 minerals into these buildings in this position, but still does have the opportunity to do a little bit of damage. At least poke and prod and keep a Rhett back in a defensive position. Stop him from scouting this expansion. That is going to do SaSe wonders. And now as we can see here, he has yet to scout that expansion. We'll be moving out with some Lings. Bypassing the Zealot at the tower. Continuing to make his way on up. Is he going to scout down here? No, he's not. Oh, there it goes. There he goes. Scouts it out. Beautiful, Rhett. Beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. So he does scout out that expansion, and he's not fully aware of it. With the Observer, SaSe is able to drop some of these creep tumors here in the center of the map, receding that creep and preventing any further spread. We got 10 roaches about to pop, and Rhett is really in the position right now to be able to quite easily deal with these forces. And he's going to actually push out and try to engage here. You can see those roaches. Going to try a little sneak attack. Let's see what he's able to do. Roaches moving from down there. Roaches from up there as well. SaSe realizing this is a tough spot. Got to push back. And we did see those force fields at some point. Expansion is getting hit. We got the roaches down here as well. Trying to whittle down those cannons. Take care of those Stalkers if he can. Guardian Shield gets dropped. We got a few Zealots joining the fun. These roaches still doing some damage. They're taking care of those cannons, and they're working down the rest of those Stalkers. Gonna be able to do some damage over here. Roach reinforcements as well. More force field walls, trapping some of those roaches, forcing the rest of these back here. But he is still doing some damage. We'll be engaging from this position. Roaches trying to hit from that angle as well. More roaches over here, getting up nice and close. And he dropped those Immortals first. You're a major, major threat for the Roach. Takes out one of the sentries over there. More roaches just streaming across the map. We got 3 idle ones in the center, which is pretty rough to watch. And SaSe able to defend, at least for now. Let's take a look at the resources lost. About even. And does SaSe have any counter-aggression? No, he does have that tower, though, with the Zealot. Roaches pushing up nice and close. A drop one of the sentries. Going now for the Immortal. Oh, doesn't get the Immortal. Wow, he's just kind of dancing back and forth. Getting his forces pinned here. Takes some hefty losses as a result. Still have roaches streaming across the map here. Also a ton of Overlords. I wish that that would not happen right now. Wish he would put those Overlords somewhere else. I'm a little concerned, to be honest with you. They are way too slow. Way too vulnerable right now. Dropping the Immortal. Gets forced back from the cannon, as well as the rest of the forces up there. SaSe being in a very defensive position right now, trying to make sure he doesn't lose this 3rd. Moving forward, straight for the Immortal, drops it. Has some cannons to contend with as well. 2 more of those warping in. More Stalkers coming in as well. Still more Roach reinforcements. We got a few Lings joining the fun in just a moment. Now, he is continuing to work down those cannons. Kill off 9 workers so far this game. Reinforcements, Speedlings, that's going to be a problem. SaSe about to lose this expansion. No, never mind. Those are all Overlords. I keep thinking those Overlords are more Roaches. So he might be able to defend. Gonna be tough, though. He has some reinforcements here coming. Another wave of warp-ins in just a moment. Got the Stalkers up on the high ground. Takes the Immortal out first. Continues to pressure these Stalkers. This expansion is very vulnerable right now. Roaches continue to try to push now into the natural expansion, forcing the Stalkers into the safety range of that cannon. Roaches now turn around, and the Overlords finally start to come into play as they begin spreading the creep, allowing those Roaches to move much, much quicker. Still, what the heck? Idle Roaches, do something, buddy. Drops a pylon, then goes for the Nexus. And SaSe just takes the loss. Says, you know what, I can't defend that. I don't have the forces right now. He's got an attempted War Prism coming out.
Base is under attack.
You know, he hasn't done anything either. I've been keeping an eye on the minimap, and I don't see any counter aggression or anything at all from him. Now, he does have a Warp Prism. And he will be picking up a, picking up a probe, and we'll be dropping it over here to get an expansion. But first, he's got to defend against this. Oh, no. Loses 2 of his sentries before he's able to drop those force field walls in time. The Roaches were able to get them almost immediately. And now with the burrow research complete, Rhett was just about to walk right past those into the expansion, take out the rest of the forces. And SaSe, realizing that was happening, calls the GG. Alright, my friends, that is going to do it here in the series between SaSe and Rhett. Rhett ends up taking the series, winning the last 2 games. SaSe unable to defend against this consistent Roach aggression here that we saw from Rhett. Impressive play from him. You know what? This was a great series. I especially enjoyed the first 2 games. This game was pretty entertaining as well. Hopefully you guys liked it too. If you do, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe, as I just told you to do. Keep watching and keep owning. Thank you, guys.